look what happened. I cut all my hair off. I don't know if you guys can see in the frame. I cut quite a bit of hair off. I think it was about 4 inches. And let me tell you something, that was not the plan. I went into my haircut knowing that I was probably gonna get a bunch cut off, but my plan was just to get rid of my split ends. That's all I wanted, was to get my split ends off. One of my best friends cuts my hair, and so I walked in there and I was like, I need my split ends gone. And she said, okay, do you want me to be nice to you? Do you want me to tell you exactly how much that's gonna be? And I said, yes, please. Long story short, we got about 4 inches off. But my hair feels so unbelievably healthy. And the second I walked in the door, my mom told me that she thinks my hair looks thicker. So yeah, I literally just got my hair cut a little while ago, just a couple of hours ago, so I'm still getting used to it. But let's go ahead and jump into this video. I'm finally filming my Q&A, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I completely forgot that I was gonna even do this video. Through the process of moving and all this junk, I have been racking my brain trying to figure out what I want to film. I just went to go look at my notebook to figure out what I was gonna film. I even set up my background and everything. I was like, I'm filming right now, but I don't know what I'm gonna film. And I wrote on my little list of running video ideas, Q&A, which I already posted on my Instagram like weeks ago at this point. You guys are probably like, hello, I asked you a question. Where's your answer? Here it is. Also, once again, this is my 3rd video that I'm filming at my parents' house, and I'm in yet another location. We have 3 rooms of the house I've attempted to film in, and I think this one is the worst lighting yet. I'm sure my under eye bags look absolutely horrific. It's like almost nighttime, so I'm leaving the blinds down. There's no natural light coming through here, and I just have like a lamp right here and a lamp right here. I need like a chin reflector to make me not look so like, oh my god, my friend's cat is so cute. Not gonna lie, I haven't even read these questions in a while. I did read them like as they came in, but I haven't checked up on them in a while. So I posted this picture here on my Instagram, and I just asked you guys to ask me questions. I didn't give you guys like a topic or anything. I've done one Q&A before, and it was basically surrounding my weight loss, because I kept getting a lot of the same questions about how I lost the weight and things like that. So I went ahead and did a video all about my weight loss. If you want to see another Q&A, I will link that one in the cards. But this one is just everything about me, my life. I think there's some makeup stuff in here. A lot of you guys are very curious about my plans for my life, because you know that right now is a very transitional period in my marriage, my husband and I's life. So the first question is from Lauren. She said, do you feel like your diet change helped clear up your skin? Honestly, I hadn't really thought about that. I don't think my diet change helped clear up my skin. Honestly, I guess it could have, but I didn't change my diet to clear my skin, because I still eat dairy and things like that, which I know isn't great for your skin. I don't eat it like in excess or anything. I changed my diet, and then a few months later I started going to the dermatologist, and that is what made the biggest difference in my skin, obviously. So I don't think it had anything to do with it, but it definitely could have. There's your really wish-washy answer. Kelsey said, what do you plan on doing when you go back home? Well, Kelsey, I've been home for like weeks now, because now is when I'm getting around to filming this video. Okay. So basically, what I've been doing since I've been home is training my dog. We had a bit of an incident where he got a little bit too protective of his mama. Okay, and so I took him to a trainer. We've been working on basically learning how to control him in situations where he feels like he needs to protect us. Me specifically. So I've been training my dog, I've been looking for work, I've been filming videos, I've been editing videos more so. I've been going around to all of my old like hangout spots and going out to dinner. I've been eating out a lot, you guys. I've been going and watching my nephew play hockey. I've just been doing all the things that I've really been looking forward to doing for the last 3 years of my life, okay? I've been having such a blast being home, even though it's been like the most stressful time of my entire life. Like, I'm not kidding when I tell you, I've never known stress like this stress, which is obviously super unfortunate, but being home and being, you know, with my family, my parents, and having Kaiser here with me. Cameron is now back at our apartment overseas, but I've been having a blast so far, and I'm really looking forward to when Cameron finally moves home for good, so that we can, you know, keep on trucking, keep the groove going. Chelsea said, tell us about your journey through self-love and confidence. Girl, that's like a video all on its own. I guess I could try and make a video about that if you guys wanted me to. I would have to like prep for it. I'd have to like take notes and stuff, because I know everybody says this, but I feel like I have been one of the most unconfident, self-conscious person. Growing up all through school, I feel like all of my closest friends were like twigs. If we're talking about, you know, specifically body image, how I feel about the way I look, all my friends were twigs. And I was not thick, but bigger than they were. And I feel like we as women just naturally sort of like compare ourselves to everybody around us, especially the people that we love and hold so closely. I always felt like the ugliest friend. I always felt like the fattest friend. And when you're young and you're kind of like growing up and you're trying to, you know, figure out how you feel about yourself, I feel like the only way, at least for me, to find that confidence was in boys. I started to feel a little bit more confident in myself when I got my first boyfriend, and everybody thought he was super like way out of my league. He was way better looking than me, and that made me like feel good that a guy that looked like that wanted to date me. Does that make sense? And it honestly hasn't been till recently where I really found like true confidence in myself, because my husband has really helped with this a lot. I was not very confident in myself when I met my husband, and he's basically helped teach me that he can love me, and if, you know, someone who is not me and has no obligation to care about me at all can love me so deeply and for who I am, then why can't I love myself even if I look a certain way? I'd say I've always been more confident in who I am as a person, my personality, the choices that I make, things like that. I've never really struggled with confidence in that sense. My confidence struggle was definitely with physical confidence. I wanted to be skinnier. I would get made fun of in high school and junior high because my boobs were bigger, and I was more of like a late developer. I didn't get my period until, you know, years after all my friends had gotten theirs, and I wanted to develop so quickly. I was like wishing, I was like, I want to start my period, I want my boobs to grow, and as soon as they did, girl, they grew, okay? And I got made fun of for that. Oh my goodness, I'm rambling. I just feel that in terms of confidence, you can't look to the world to give you confidence. And I know that a lot of people also say that you can't look for a romantic relationship until you're confident in yourself. I think that's BS. That's just me. Because my husband fell in love with me when I was not very confident in myself, and he taught me how to love myself. So I don't think you have to be like the most confident person in the world to meet the love of your life. But I do think, however, that to be confident, you really have to look to yourself, because if you look at, you know, what society deems as beautiful or, you know, a good person, you're never going to be satisfied. I've learned that very recently firsthand, because I felt very not confident in my weight and things like that. I felt like I was too fat. Everybody thought that I was ugly because I was too fat, and then I went and lost 70 pounds. And now people are more so worried that I'm too thin. So if you look to people and society, not the people who love you, I'm talking about just like the world in general, if you look to what they deem as beautiful, you're never gonna be satisfied, ever. Because the world is never satisfied. So in order to be confident, you have to tune everybody else out and think, what do I think? Do I think I'm beautiful? And you have to remind yourself that everybody has flaws. Because even me, I lost 70 pounds, and yeah, when I look in the mirror, I'm like, dang girl, I worked so hard, I look so good, but there are still things that I can pick out about my body that I don't like. It's just how it goes, and I think that's just being a woman. I don't know if that even answered your question. I am so terribly sorry. That was all over the place. If you want me to get my thoughts in order and make like a whole video about that, I totally will. But that's what I got for now. Faces by Kate B. She said, forgive me if you've already told this story or have a video on it and I missed it, but I would love to know your love story. I'm assuming she's talking about Cameron, my husband, right? Cam and I did do the husband tag, and we answered some questions in that video. That's an old video. That was like early days of my YouTube channel. I was also thinking about maybe doing a Q&A with Cameron, because you guys could like ask us questions about marriage or specifically getting married so young, things like that. But if you want just like a speedy, quick, it's not gonna be quick. It's not gonna be quick. My husband and my marriage are like the one and, you know, like the main thing in my life that I'm really happy with and I'm very proud of. Cam and I met when I was 16. He was 18. I had not super recently, but like sort of recently been dumped by my first boyfriend. And I just, like I was talking about earlier, when you're looking for that confidence, you feel when you're alone, you're single, you feel like unfulfilled or whatever because the world wants you to have somebody. So I was telling my best friend Nina, I told her I really want to meet a guy. I need to get over my ex. I just want to meet a nice guy. I just want to meet a nice friend. And she basically went out and introduced me to the first guy she could find. And I'm so thankful that she did because it turned out to be my husband. And at first, I honestly didn't really like him that much. Like, we hung out once and I was like, yeah, he's a cool guy. You know, we can hang out, we can be friends. But like, you know, it's nothing romantic or anything like that. And then the second time we hung out, I was like, oh crap. Shortly after we started dating, maybe like a month, he was like, hey, how do you feel about like maybe me going into the military? And I was like, well, you know, we've only been dating a month, so who the heck am I to be like, no, I would miss you too much, you have to stay here. And I think that joining the military is something that's very admirable. And so I was like, yeah, you know, that'd be cool. And it's long story short, he joined the military several months later, and we've broken up and gotten back together before. We got married when I was 18 and he was 19, and then we packed everything up and we moved overseas, away from everything we've ever known or loved. I was 18 years old when I got married, and I up and moved to a foreign country from one house. I was born into this house that I'm sitting in right now. I lived in this one house my entire life with both my parents. My parents are very in love. I'm kind of like an only child. I have some half siblings, so they don't live in this house, so I sort of grew up by myself. I didn't grow up with any of my siblings. I was in this one house in this one little town my whole life, and then I just got married and I up and moved to a foreign country, and it was one of the best things that I've ever done. Cam and I's probably like first year of marriage was like, not like rocky, but I think it was worse than I wanted to admit back then. Because when it was happening, Cameron was like, honey, like we fight a lot, like we gotta figure this out. And I was like, no we don't, no we don't. We're fine. I love you so much, we're fine. Which I did. I never stopped loving my husband, but the first year of our marriage, we would just bicker about the dumbest crap. And honestly, I feel like that's everybody's first year of marriage, because, you know, you're kind of like finding your groove and figuring each other out and all that good stuff. And I swear it was like, as soon as we hit our first anniversary, we hardly fought. But yeah, that's my, I guess, love story in a nutshell. Acacia, I believe that's how you say your name. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce it. Do you plan to be a stay-at-home wife always, or do you have a career path you would like to follow? What are your feelings about other work-from-home jobs besides YouTube, and or ever consider a different work-from-home job / double up? Do you plan to get more pets besides your dog in the future? Future goals or plans? I've been following you since you started on YouTube, and I love your personality. I love you so much. I've been doing this YouTube thing for a while now, and I don't really have that big of a following, but I feel like the girls that do follow me are like, I love you guys. I always see the same girls commenting on my videos, and you guys are always just so sweet. Do I plan on always being a stay-at-home wife? Stay-at-home wife is a funny term, I think. I think I'm like a housewife because I don't have kids. I'm not a stay-at-home mom. I would consider being a stay-at-home mom. I would love to just stay home with my kids. So I guess the answer to that question is I would be a housewife / stay-at-home mom for as long as I am able to financially. Because I'm not one of those people that puts my worth in work. I know that, you know, a lot of people's careers are very important to them, and that's awesome. I totally, you know, admire that. I am not passionate enough about anything besides this YouTube thing to make it a career. And I am passionate about having kids and being a mom, so I would love to be a stay-at-home mom someday. But I find my worth more so in the kind of person that I am and the kind of wife that I am. I love to be a wife. It's all I've ever been in my, you know, adult life, and I love my husband so much. So I would be a stay-at-home wife for the rest of my life if I could be, because that just gives me more time to find out what I'm passionate about. I have more time to, you know, take care of my husband, take care of my future children, make YouTube videos, stuff like that. But, you know, that's not always going to be possible because, you know, we're going to have to make some money in order to live. What are your feelings about other work-from-home jobs? I would honestly love to work from home. I am such a homebody, I am most comfortable at my house by myself. I like to be alone. I'm one of those. Not that I want to be alone every day for the rest of my life, but I'm one of those people that definitely needs to like recharge my battery if I'm out or if I'm just around people for a long time, even in my house. If people are over a lot or I'm just around a lot of people, I'm one of those people that needs to take a break. I need to go into my bedroom and be alone by myself to recharge my batteries. That's just how I've always been. I don't know. I like to be home. I don't mind being home all day, every day. So yeah, I would totally consider any other work from home jobs. I think that also would make it easier to be a stay-at-home mom. Do you plan on getting any more pets in the future? Absolutely. Cam and I love dogs. Love them. I have a cat upstairs. She's not nice. She doesn't like Kaiser very much. But yeah, we've totally wanted to get Kaiser a friend for a while. I think maybe someday soon, hopefully we'll have a house with a yard, and then we might be able to get a new puppy or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, we're definitely gonna get more pets, especially, this is like morbid and sad, but once Kai goes, you guys, I'm gonna need another dog. I can't imagine ever not having a dog in my house. After having Kai, I can't imagine it. I would be so lonely. I always have to have a dog, okay? Future goals or plans. Honestly, I just want to keep on going with this YouTube thing. I want to get a house. Emily said, OMG, such a pretty picture. Thank you. I have a few questions. First off, who is your biggest makeup inspiration? What advice do you have for people with hypothyroidism and trying to lose weight? Who was your favorite band at Warped Tour? And lastly, did you ever shop at Limited 2 and do you miss it? Haha, that one's more of a joke. Girl, I loved Limited 2. I shopped there so much. My biggest makeup inspiration is definitely Kathleen Lights. It's hard for me to explain. She was the first YouTuber I ever started watching. She basically introduced me to the beauty community here on YouTube, and her and I have a lot in common in terms of what our husbands do for a living, the fact that we both got married so young, the fact that we are very passionate about YouTube, and I don't think she ever went to college either. I think her and I are very similar in a lot of ways in our anxiety struggles. I just really connect with her on like a different level, not that she knows who I am, but I connect with her videos on like a different level. I really look up to her. I think she's the sweetest, kindest, most genuine human. So I would say she's definitely my biggest makeup inspiration, because she's not like a famous makeup artist or anything, but I think she's a really good person, and I think that it goes deeper than makeup. You know what I mean? Like, it's just makeup. It's just makeup. It's not that serious. What advice do you have for people with hypothyroidism and trying to lose weight? Girl, I don't know. Hypothyroidism is such a struggle. I watched my mom deal with it basically my whole life, and then I was diagnosed with it as an adult, and it's hard to lose weight with hypothyroidism. Like, it's really hard. It's really hard for me to explain like what hypothyroidism is. Your thyroid is basically a gland in your neck, like in your throat. It's shaped like a little butterfly. And when you have hypothyroidism like I do, it means that your thyroid gland is underworking, meaning it doesn't produce enough of the hormone that it's supposed to, which in turn makes you gain weight. Typically, that's one of like the most common side effects, I believe. And then there's the opposite, which is hyperthyroidism, meaning it produces too much of the hormone. So let me think of some advice. I guess my first piece of advice in terms of like just hypothyroidism in general is to educate yourself on what exactly that means. Definitely ask your doctor and educate yourself about gluten, because I went gluten-free after being diagnosed with hypothyroidism, and it's one of the best decisions I ever made. Ask your doctor, okay? I'm not a doctor. Please ask your medical professional, because I don't know what I'm talking about. But for me, that was a really good decision. So I'm so sorry I don't have a better answer for that one. I still struggle with hypothyroidism. Who was your favorite band at Warped Tour? So first of all, I don't even know how you know I went to Warped Tour, because I don't think I've ever talked about that before on YouTube. Maybe at like wearing my Warped Tour t-shirts or something, I don't know. But I went to 4 Warped Tours? 4? I think I went to Warped Tour 4 years in a row. And I think my favorite band, it's a toss-up between Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens. Those are my 2 favorite like punk bands that I listened to all throughout high school. So I think those 2 probably would have been my favorite that I saw over all 4 years that I went. Definitely Sleeping with Sirens, or Simple Plan and Pierce the Veil. Simple Plan was really good too. Emma asked, are you nervous about going off your acne medication or scared that your skin might get worse after that? You'll have to change your entire skincare and makeup routine again. No, I'm not really that worried about it. I am still taking acne medication, but I think my skin is getting back to normal. In worst case scenario, I guess I could just go back to the dermatologist, even though that is a huge hassle. But honestly, the worst part of my skin going back to bad is the makeup routine part, because I feel like I'm just now sort of understanding how to wear makeup again, because my skin type changed so much when I started getting medication for my acne. So yeah, that would be a real pain in the butt, but I don't know, I'm not really worried about it. I can always sort of like wean off my acne medication if I need to. Ashley said, what is your favorite book / movie and why? What is your absolute favorite cheat meal? So my favorite book, I don't really have a favorite book because I'm not much of a reader. My favorite like young adult books when I was in like junior high, I would read The Summer I Turned Pretty. It's like a trilogy, and I think I've read all 3 of those books more than once. I really enjoyed those books, but I haven't really read much in my adult life. As far as my favorite movie goes, I don't have like an all-time favorite movie, but I do have a list of top 6, which I will share with you, and these aren't in a specific order, but it's High School Musical, which I just have to put in my top 6 because I've seen that movie probably a million times, no joke. High School Musical, The Last 5 Years, Sooner or Later, Silver Linings Playbook, This Is Where I Leave You, and What to Expect When You're Expecting. Those are my top 6 favorite movies of all time. There's a range of genres in there, but I highly recommend all 6 of those movies. If you haven't seen any of them, you need to go watch them all. Sooner or Later is kind of a weird one. It's like just like a sentimental movie, I guess. I think that movie came out in like 1979 or something like that, but it's a really cute sort of like coming of age film. And my favorite cheat meal, that's a hard one because I don't really have like cheat meals or cheat days. I eat stuff that's bad for me a lot, but everything that I eat, I fit into my calories for the day. So I'm not really like cheating because I'm still within my calories, you know? That's how I get around it in my mind. I would say my favorite like bad for me food is French fries. I love French fries, always have. Megan asked, what made you want to go to makeup school? And 2, when you move back to the US, do you plan on being a working makeup artist with client/cosmetology school/college? Sorry if that's an overwhelming question, lol. It's not overwhelming because it's like all I'm thinking about every second of every day. What made me want to go to makeup school? Honestly, I think for makeup school, I just sort of wanted like the certification to go along with the knowledge. Honestly, I went to makeup school online and I learned way more just through YouTube than I did through actual schooling, which gave me the certification. So I basically went to makeup school because I wanted the certification that came along with the knowledge that I sort of already had. And with my husband being in the military, I got it for free. And do I plan on being a working makeup artist? I keep telling myself that I want to be a working makeup artist and just freelance, but for that to happen, I need to practice on other people. I put makeup on myself, obviously, all the time, but I don't think it comes as naturally to me putting it on another person, so I have to practice before I start, like, charging people for me to do their makeup, especially on, like, their wedding day or something like that. I need to practice more. My friend Sarah asked, when you come back to the US, what are your plans? And 2, have you ever thought about doing devotional/faith videos on your channel? And 3, P.S. I adore you and miss you so much and I really can't wait to see you when you come back. Oh, I love you, Sarah. So being back in the US, basically all my plans are just to find a place to live and find a job to do. And no, I have never thought about doing like faith related videos on my channel. I have thought about doing like a video all about like my story, like my testimony. So let me know if that's something that you guys want to see. I would totally do something like that. And if you guys want to see more faith related videos, I would totally do that. If you follow me on Instagram, I post a Sacrament Sunday every single Sunday. It's like this little hashtag that I do where I just basically post a scripture. So let me know if that's something that you guys want me to do, and let me know specifically what you want me to do, because I don't know like what I would do, what I would film. Belle asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? I guess I'm wondering, what are your plans/goals for the future? What would be your dream life? Well, I would love to do this for a living. I would love to make YouTube videos for a living. I don't see that happening in the near future just because my channel grows like sort of on the slower side, which I don't mind. I like to make videos in general. That's why I still do this, because if I were doing it for the purpose of becoming my job someday, I probably would have quit a long time ago. I make videos because I like it a lot. I think it's fun and I've met a lot of cool people, yourself included, Belle. I love her Instagram. If you guys don't follow her on Instagram, you need to go follow her on Instagram because she posts such beautiful photos, seriously. Seriously. My dream life would be to be living in a house with my husband and my babies with a bunch of land and a bunch of dogs running around. And being either like a stay-at-home mom or staying at home and filming YouTube videos. That would be like my dream life. And I would love for my husband to have a job where he like wakes up every day and is excited to go to work, because I've never seen that for him before. He hasn't really been, you know, in love with his job for the last 3 years of our marriage, so that would be my dream life. I want my husband to be happy, I want to have babies, I want to have dogs, and I want to have land. Randy asked, how many hours a week do you work out? Do you plan on working when you come back home? Are you nervous for how the puppy will act when you move? Had I answered these questions when I posted this photo, I would have told you like, no, I'm not really that nervous. I'm like a little bit nervous just for like the dog's sake, but it didn't go very well. The actual like bringing him over here process wasn't that bad, but once he got here, he had a hard time adjusting. Just literally just for that one night, he had a hard time adjusting. He's doing great now. He absolutely adores my parents. Right now, he's like sitting by the door whining, waiting for them to come home. He adores my parents and he minds them way better than he minds me. How many hours a week do I work out? Girl. Well, since I've been home, I haven't really been working out at all. I don't know. I don't have like a hour amount because when I would work out, I would hop on my elliptical and I would be on the elliptical from anywhere between 5 minutes to an hour. It just depended on how many calories I felt like I needed to burn that day, depended on how many bad for me foods I wanted to eat that day. It just kind of depends. Misty asked, dream location to live and dream vacation. My dream location to live is my home state of Michigan. Really anywhere in my home state of Michigan. I missed Michigan so much. So much. So really anywhere in the state I'd be happy. Really anywhere with my husband I'd be happy. And my dream vacation, honestly, if you had asked me a couple of years ago, I always would have said Paris. And that's one thing because of the military, Cameron and I were able to visit Paris. It was an amazing vacation. It was a great sort of like honeymoon for Cam and I because we never really had like an actual, you know, getaway honeymoon. So we went away for our first anniversary to Paris, which was absolutely amazing. Now that I've been there, I would say my dream vacation. I think my dream vacation would be to some sort of like private little like cabin, like rented cabin or something in like Colorado or somewhere like that with like a hot tub and privacy because like I said, I'm a homebody. I like to be alone. I like to be by myself with my husband and just, you know, not have to worry about strangers and stuff like that. So I think I would like to go to like a bed and breakfast or something with Cameron, somewhere like more cold, which is why I added the hot tub part because I don't love to be cold, but I'm used to it because I'm from Michigan, so I would probably like to go like somewhere like Colorado or maybe Utah or something. Or on the complete opposite end of that, I want to go to like Bora Bora or like somewhere very tropical, even though the sun hates me. The sun absolutely hates me. But yeah, I think that's where I might like to go. So that's everything for this video. That was all the questions that you guys left on my Instagram post. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much to everyone who asked me a question. It really means the absolute world to me, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any future videos of mine, and I will see you guys next time. Excuse me, sir? Can we please talk about the fact that this shirt has a hole in it, and I literally just bought this a couple of hours ago? Look at that. Look at that. What is that? Why? I think that in order to be confident, though, you do have to look to your... Really, though?